We are here in the Forest of Dean on a wet and misty day, visiting the Blacksmith. I brought along 3 of the parish councillors today because it's important that they see the progress as well. So at the moment the Blacksmith has got two of our gates. One of them is in the process of being cleaned and the other one is about to be painted.
Oliver, it looks as though we caught these gates in the nick of time, really. I mean, looking at this is the main gate on Westcott, and it's just, half of it's just
huge
rusted away.
Massive transformation. Yeah. So we've cleaned them right back to bare metal now, and our blacksmith's repaired several parts. We've done a fantastic job. I think we're all agreed that it looks great. You know, the transformation so far is really remarkable.
The colour that you've chosen, why was this particular colour chosen?
So before we started the process of cleaning these gates, we invited a scientist in to analyse the paint, and he stripped it right back to the bare layers and analysed it under a microscope, and identified that the original paint layer was a Venetian red colour, which was very popular in the Victorian era. The parish council as a whole has decided to go back to the original colour.
It's a browny red, isn't it?
It's a browny red.
So if people are thinking scarlet red, it's going to be quite a browny red because that was the fashion at the time.
That was the fashion at the time, that's right. Yeah.
So they're going to look exactly as they were when they were first unveiled, effectively.
Effectively,
That's amazing, isn't it?
The gates didn't have much longer left. If we'd have left it possibly another year, then their structural integrity would have probably become dangerous. We had to work quite fast, and this is why we've made sure these gates are the ones that are done first, and we're going to ensure that all the gates are regenerated this year.
And I understand the principle that's been used through the refurbishment is that if 50% of the metal is there, it's retained, and it's only bits that are replaced where there's a minimal amount of metal remaining, so from a conservation point of view.
From a conservation point of view, that's right. It's very important to keep as much original metal as you can.
This is really exciting. We've just had a look at the first gates to have been refurbished. They are now completed. It's beautiful to see them. The parish has already won a prize for the park in Britain in Blue. It's a really important part of the parish's project, which is to restore this beautiful Victorian park to its original Victorian splendour.
Swindon Parish Council took over the parks in April 2017, and we knew there was going to be a considerable amount of work to do, particularly with the assets, and one of the parts that we were really concerned about was the gates. We knew what state those gates were in when we took them over, and they should have been refurbished about 10 years ago, and this is an example of how bad some of the metal work is. So I'm really pleased that this project is now coming to fruition. Got the first gates underway, and we should have all gates complete hopefully by the summer.
The actual town gardens itself is listed, and we've got, of course, the iconic 1930s Art Deco bowl within the park. So this is part of our commitment to the infrastructure of town gardens and our parks within the parish. We're going to have to commit to maintaining them over the next, every 5 years or 7 years we're going to have to strip them back and repaint them, just to make sure that we build on what we've actually accomplished so far.
Yeah, we're very excited. We're looking forward to the results. We're looking forward to seeing those gates refurbished back to what they were like in Victorian times just over 100 years ago.